Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and it is time for our Make It Monday event for today. It's May 1st, May Day, so it's a Make It Monday, May Day. A May Day, Make It Monday? Okay, too much, too many M's, too much alliteration. Now, what is a Make It Monday event? Well, if you are joining me at 5 p.m. sunny California time, 7 p.m. Central, or 8 p.m. Eastern, you might notice a live chat going on over here. That is the premiere of today's class. And we typically bring you maybe not the newest product, not the latest releases from your favorite manufacturers, but definitely some of their greatest product that for one reason or another just didn't sell through. They still have some left in their warehouse. And so I call them, bring, hey, it's Stacy, what you got sitting back there in a warehouse in boxes that you'd like to say bye-bye to? We negotiate. I bring you one bundle. Make It Monday is always usually one bundle. It's $19.99, but the retail value is anywhere between $80 and $100. And that is the truth. The manufacturers, they bring amazing product for us to give to. It's basically like giving it to you. When we're giving you $100 worth of product for $19.99. And that's a typical Make It Monday. We run it from Monday to Monday. And sometimes the bundles sell out before the following Monday, and sometimes they don't. It just depends upon whether you love what I bought or you're like, meh. Sometimes you just never know. But for $19.99, the value is definitely there. And for those of you who have taken part in a Make It Monday event, you can absolutely attest that I speak the truth. It is an amazing value. And how I'm able to negotiate that value, well, that's a little bit of Stacy magic, a little bit of a smile, and the fact that I pay cold hard cash for the product. Cold hard cash. They like cold hard cash. They're not waiting for payment. I buy it, I pay for it. Let's go. So today is going to be a little bit different because I can only bring you a Make It Monday event when a manufacturer has sent something in for us to do. And this week I don't have a typical Make It Monday event for you. I have one next week and the week after that and the week after that. But this week, the manufacturer wasn't able to get the product here in time. And I knew that this was going to happen. I knew that there was a chance that this would happen. And so it's not a surprise. And so I planned, not just me, the SMS staff, we planned. We were like, okay, so we have a couple options. We can cancel this week's Make It Monday event, absolutely. Or we can look at it as an opportunity to bring you something that I'm not sure we're going to get to do this year. Typically, Scrapbooking Made Simple has an amazing warehouse sale every year, and it is amazing, trust me. There's caveats to it and all sorts of things, but it is amazing. When you can get a $20 Sizzix die for $1.99, that is amazing. So, being that I'm not sure we're going to be able to have a warehouse sale because we are so short-staffed, like a whole bunch of short-staffed, I thought, what if we use the Make It Mondays where we don't have a manufacturer to fill the spot? What if we pull out the product I've already purchased for the warehouse sale or product that is mine and we offer it up as part of a Make It Monday? Now there won't be a bundle, not today. It'll all be open stock so you can pick and choose what you love. Does that sound okay to you? That way we're still being able to bring you a warehouse Make It Monday. And you can take advantage of the warehouse sale prices, kind of split up over time, making it a little easier for us here to be able to fill those orders. It's like we kind of have to partner together, you and I. We're only so big and we're only so many people, but I don't want to not bring you the amazing values that I've already purchased for you. Now today is a Make It Monday warehouse event featuring my product, a product that has not been on our site for quite some time, Simply Botanical. Now you're asking, what's Simply Botanical? Well, it was a joint venture, first with Hero Arts and then with Spellbinders, where we brought you a beautiful floral type die and stamp set every month. It was value priced at $14.99. They are limited, I'm not kidding, limited in stock. But what if I was to bring them to you today for $4.99? As opposed to waiting for the warehouse sale when I don't know when it's going to happen. We took an inventory and I have Simply Botanical for you at $4.99. So if you've never seen Simply Botanical, I've got a whole collection of it. I've got some samples here. I've got a few finished samples to show you, but we're going to play with it a little bit. And if you know exactly what I'm talking about, if you know Simply Botanical, would I like to bring it back? Yes, I would. Will I be able to? I'm just not sure we will ever be able to come back to Simply Botanical. But that's okay. There'll be new things coming down the road. I am sure about that. So I'm going to tilt on down and I'm going to show you, I think I'm going to play for a little, maybe I'll show you a few of them and then I'm going to play for a little bit and then I'll show you samples. The sale will start when this live chat is over. I will say ready, set, and then I'll talk for a few minutes because that's me running over to turn all of the product on. And because we're selling these all as open stock and not a bundle, it'll take me a few minutes to get it all on. You may need to refresh your computer once or twice before all the product loads. These sales are final. There is no saying, let me think about it. I'll order it, but I can cancel it. No, these sales, all sales are final. So you have to love what you buy and buy what you love because we will not be able to have them returned or have your orders cancel. Please keep that in mind. It's important. These prices are at a phenomenal deal. And we ask that if you are going to place an order that you don't take something away from somebody else who might have wanted it and you got the last one. Only then to not pay for your order or cancel your order. And if you're not sure about it, that's okay. There's always something else coming, like I said, coming down the road. If you're like, I don't know if I want that or not, then that's your answer. Pass. There'll be something else, I'm sure. If not from us, then from another manufacturer. So I'm going to tilt on down. We're going to get started for today. I am going to play with them. And there is a wide variety of styles. Some we have 2, some we have 25, some we have maybe 50 of. So you go with what works for you, and we've priced them all at $4.99 for a Make It Monday warehouse sale. All right, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna tilt on down. Some of these we use to make samples, so they may not look as great, but you know, the samples will be beautiful. All right, it's good to see everybody. Down we go. Time to get started for today's class. Ooh, what's on my desk? I know, lots of good stuff, huh? All right, so I'm gonna push this over there. So Simply Botanical. Die set. Dies to go with. Everything you need. Super cute. Gosh, you know, I did this before Tim did this. I just want to say that. Just saying. I had this a little bit before Tim Holtz, but great minds think alike, right? So there's one sample. And gosh, this one's got I've got a beautiful sample of this one. It's got the flowering pot and the dies to go with. You can see we use this one to make samples. And here, I've got the beautiful stamp set and the dies to go with. And here, 2 different sets, 2 different stamps. You've got sentiments, you've got the dies. I love my fall bucket or my basket. I love the fall basket with everything to go with, all the little extra add-ons. So you're looking at $5. I love my Christmas one. You should see the sample of this is beautiful. Beautiful Christmas. So these are just some of them to show you. And oh, I guess I have 2 more. There, I've got my box. Look at all the extras that come with it. So you're looking at $4.99. And what we have is what we have. So I'm going to play with this one today. Here. Just a simple hello. And I'm going to start with the die cut. Oh, Stacy, oh, here it is. I'm like, where'd the die go? I'm like, here it is. Wait. So I'm going to start with the die cut today. Typically you would, well, I guess I can do it. You would die cut, or you would stamp and then die cut. So let me just do that really quickly for those of you who haven't seen that before. I'm going to pull off my stamp. I'm going to put it on a clear block. Now when I say clear, yours may be clear. Mine are well loved and not as clear anymore, but I'm going to put it on an acrylic block. I'm going to bring over my gush pad, which is a stamp block. We are sold out of these, but I am working on having them remanufactured, and it's actually twice this big. This is cut in half. Bring over a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to ink this up. Now, because I'm using the Hero Cubes today, I just grabbed my Hero Arts India ink. And I'm going to stamp. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. And up. All right. You know what? I'll do it one more time. This time I'll stamp towards the bottom. So now typically you would go in and color this with whatever coloring mediums you want to use, alcohol ink markers, colored pencils, watercolored pencils, marabou crayons, what makes your heart happy. And then we pull the die. I'm going to hold on to that one. Line the die up after we've colored it and send it through our Big Shot machine or your die cutting machine of choice. Which one makes your heart happy? Which one do you own? Switch, Vagabond, Express, Big Shot Plus, Big Shot Fold Away, Big Kick, Platinum 6. Whose die cutting machine do you own? Because these will go through, and quite a few of these will go through a Cuttlebug machine. So line it up, put it down, send it through. I think I moved it a little bit, but I'll be okay with that. And out comes my image. And then now you've got it all colored and it's beautiful and it's ready to go. And that's what Simply Botanical does. It gives you a beautiful little botanical element throughout the whole collection. And I tried to do them a little themey, so you have for fall and for spring. And this is just a simple hello, and you've got the words to go with it. Everything's included, including the words. So just a simple hello. So you can just use the hello if you want. You've got little stamps in there that also have sentiments. Make today beautiful. Just a simple hello in the stamp set as well. So it's got a little bit of everything, and for $4.99, it's pretty good value. It's a pretty good value, and the one that I'm using today was partnered with Spellbinders. But I wanted to do something a little bit different with them. I wanted to go ahead and use the stamp without necessarily using the die on a piece of paper. So I wanted the opportunity to stamp and then color around it. But that's not such an easy thing to do when you've got the stamp already there. If I want to come in and watercolor around it, I need to be a little careful not to get into the actual image that I've stamped down. And if you do a watercolor around it, well, then you will need to put the die cut and the stamp on top of it, because your paper will have been all watercolored, or however you're going to color it. And then if you stamp on top, your image is part of that background that you've already made. So you would have to use the die cut. But what if I took some of the Sizzix masking film? So I showed this the other day, and I did it with a super, super intricate die. In fact, I did it with my dies. Super intricate dies to use their masking film. This is a new product from them. You get 10 sheets. It's about 8¼ inches by 11¾ inches. So it's teetering on an A4. And this is made to make masks. You can punch it, you can die cut it, you can use it with your Cricut machine. What makes your heart happy? And the adhesive that's on the back side of this is almost like that of a Post-it note. And it is reusable. I think that's one of the big things. It's absolutely reusable. Let's grab that die and let's cut a piece out. All right, so the rest I'm just gonna put away. And now I'm going to die cut this. Shiny side always facing you when you're using the Sizzix masking film. Shiny side facing you. Dull side, no, you don't want to cut into the dull side. You'll have your image upside down and it'll be a mirror image. You want to go shiny side up. So I'm going to bring over my Sizzix Big Shot machine, and I am using the smaller plates. I am using they sell a multi-pack that gives you a 6x6. It gives you a full size, and it gives you a 2x6, about a 2.5 by 6. So it comes like this in the multi-pack. But I like to have 2 of the same size. It just works well. And when you're using a die this small, having a plate, a cut plate that is also small, keeps your warpage down. So there's going to be far less warpage on this plate than if I put it on one of my big plates, because there's no structure anywhere around to keep that plate from warping. If I was using a bigger die, well, then the plate would have more structure. The die would be bigger. But since I'm using a small one, I'm going to use the 6x6 plates. And I think we'll include them as part of the Make It Monday event. Remind me to tell Elena that. Now I've got my base platform. I have got my solo shim. I've got my 6x6 cut plate. I've got my masking film, my die, and my second 6x6 cut plate. So the only way to get 2 6x6 cut plates is to buy 2 packs. And what you would end up with is kind of nice, because you'll end up with 2 full-size cut plates, and you'll end up with 2 smaller cut plates. In fact, I might have even, oh, it's just about there. It's close. Might be able to get it through with that one. So this is it. These are new from Sizzix. We've had them for a little while, and it's a great little tool, and I like the 6x6. It's worth it just for the 6x6. Am I talking to them, trying to get them to do the 6x6s just by themselves? Oh, you bet I am. I would like to have packs of just the 6x6 size. So that's a conversation. We're working on it. Now, I'm going to roll my die right through on top of my masking film. You might hear some creaks and cracks, some crunches. Not bad. You have to remember that it's cutting through plastic. That top piece is a plastic. And do I have to send it back? Well, that's not a very intricate die. Should pop out pretty good. All right, there we go. So that one I popped out. Let me cut it one more time and see if I roll it back, if that will make it just fall out. I'm really by my hair, my chinny chin chin there, but we're gonna give it a try. You might even want to save this piece for something else because that's also a mask. So let me put it down and let's try one more time. And this time I'm going to go backwards and forwards and see if that cuts it, if it just falls right out when I do that. And I told you, I'm pretty much like I'm right there. Hair of a chinny chin chin. My piece is just big enough. All right, let's see if I send it through. Creaks and cracks are okay. And then send it back. And let's see if that makes it fall out a little easier. Oh yeah, sure did. So you decide whether you want to go forward and back or just forward. This one I had to pop out a little bit and this one came pretty much right out. Now let's grab some paper. And I'm just using white cardstock, nothing special about it. And what I've got here now is a mask. Pull it right off and put it right down on your paper, wherever it is you want it to be. Make sure you've got it down good. And when you pull it off, it's not going to tear your paper, because it's got that adhesive that's almost like a Post-it note on the back. And can you reuse it? Yes, again and again and again. Save that. This is called a liner. This is the liner piece. Can you see it's a little shiny on that side, dull on that side? All you have to do is line it right back up on that liner and file it away if you want to be able to use it. In fact, keep it with the die and the stamp set. That way you know you've always got it. You can reuse it and reuse it. Eventually, the sticky will not be sticky anymore, and at that point, you'll have to do something with it, like maybe alcohol ink it, or I don't know, something like that. Okay, so I've put my mask down. Make sure that it's all down. And you can see it. Now I can go in and I can ink right over the top of it. So let's grab some yellow, and I'm going to bring over what I was using this Saturday. I have decided that I have to have it, and I'm probably just going to keep it here with me at all times. Why do these roll? Wow. I'm going to keep it here with me at all times with my craft mat. May chop it. I have it in, so we bought it in the big size. We bought it in the big size. This is 8 by 12, because I thought then you could cut it down or cut it in half and share it. And what it is, it's an ink blending mat. These are the other two pieces that I cut from it. So that's the size. And when I bought it, I actually did it on air. I cut it in half, and then you could have given this half to one of your friends, and then I cut that half into 3 sizes, or 2 sizes. So now I have large, medium, and small, depending on what I'm doing. I love these. I don't know why I didn't think of doing this. It's a brilliant idea. And what do you do with it? So easy peasy. I'm gonna put my ink right on my mat. And then I can take and pick up the ink off my mat and onto my card. This way I'm not tapping. Usually I tap in and then I tap off on a piece of paper. This way I'm not wasting any ink. And I'm just going to walk that yellow kind of on down. Maybe a little bit more. And then maybe just a little bit darker yellow. So let's see if Butter Bar is a little bit darker. And you can see it right there on my blending sheet, my blending mat. Go right in. And then I can blend straight from it without wasting any ink. Super easy to use and quite large. I like the fact that you're able to share it. So now I might bring over some blue. And let's start with Soft Pool, and Soft Pool is super soft. And I can just rotate. And put some Soft Pool down there. And pull it up. And kind of blend it into my yellow. Soft Pool is very soft. It'll just make a super, super light transition between the yellow and the blue. And you can see that now I've hit my mask. And where that mask is, the ink is not going to go underneath. It's going to avoid it because it's being hidden. That paper is being completely hidden off. Now, when I did it on the YouTube, like I said, I used a very intricate die. I wanted to see how far I could take that masking film. And I was quite surprised that it would take my intricate dies and work, and it did. It worked beautifully. Okay, so maybe now we go just a little bit darker, maybe the cornflower. I don't know. You think that's going to be too blue? Maybe I grab my other blue. And kind of work it on down. Yeah, I think it's the wrong blue. But you know what? We'll finish it and then I'll add some aquatic and see what that looks like. And I'm going right over that mask. And because that mask is down so good, you don't have to worry about it peeling up as you're blending. I think I'm going to add a little bit of aquatic. Go back to my other blue. Come up here, ink down. Ooh, that's a pretty color. See, I can tap off right here without losing my ink because I can come back and pick that ink up a little bit later. And I can decide the intensity that I put on it based on how much I just sit there and tap. Pretty. Yay. Pretty. Okay. I think I'm good. Looks like a nice background, yeah? Hoping I didn't pull that one up. No, I didn't. Good. Okay. Might as well just use up the rest of the ink because it's there. So where's my yellow? See, the ink doesn't dry because this is a non-porous material. So I can just grab the rest of that ink. Okay, good. Now how to clean this? Super simple. Super simple. Yellow. You're just going to use some hand sanitizer and either a paper towel or a baby wipe. Hand sanitizer, spritz, spritz, and off it comes. And you're ready for your next project. And again, this is only half the size. It was cheaper to buy the big one and have you cut it than to buy two 6x6 sizes, because that's really all you would get, would be two 6x6 sizes. I thought, no, we'll do the big size. That way you can have 3 different sizes, or cut them to the size that makes your heart happy, or cut it in half and share with a friend. To me, that's always nice too. So why, if the bigger is going to be a better value, then I buy the bigger. Now I'm ready to pull my mask off. There we go. And it has left the void. The ink went all the way around it. I have my liner. I can line it back up and put it down because it is still sticky. It's still sticky. It's not done yet. You can use it again and again until it doesn't stick anymore. Then I can come in here with my stamp. I can ink up my stamp. So when you're thinking about the masking film, it's not just for intricate, it's for easy peasy. You want to just stamp something and color it. You don't want to use the die. You don't want to pop it. You need to make a bunch of these for a class. That you just put the die cut the liner for them, put it on, and then let them ink it and stamp it. It makes it so simple for everybody. I line it up to the best of my abilities, and I am not standing up, so I will do my best. And stamp. I think that's good. Yep, perfect. Oh, it is. It's pretty good. Now what do? Now I can color it. How do you want to color it? You can use your alcohol ink markers. You can use watercolors. You can use colored pencils. You can use anything that makes your heart happy to get that done. But let's say you're on a budget. Let's say you're really on a budget. You've got black ink and you've got some inks. They don't have to be Hero Arts. They can be anybody's inks. Maybe you have some Hero Arts. Maybe you have some Lawn Fawn. Maybe you have some Tim Holtz Distress or Ranger inks. Maybe you have some Wendy Vecchi or Simon Hurley inks. Maybe you have, who else makes inks out there? Maybe you have some inks from Crafter's Companion. It's really not so much about the ink, but about the color. You're gonna pick the colors that make your heart happy, and they're going to be dye-based inks. So maybe you've got the Tim Holtz Distress. Those are dye-based inks. Hero Arts are dye-based inks, or a hybrid ink. Lawn Fawn is a dye-based ink or a hybrid ink. You can mix and match them all. You don't have to necessarily be loyal to a brand. It's more about finding the color that makes your heart happy. I am sure that every manufacturer would love you to have every color of every one of their inks, but that might just not be possible or reasonable or a place to store them. So when you're buying inks, You want to keep your dye-based inks with your dye-based inks, and your alcohol-based inks with your alcohol-based inks, and your pigment-based inks with your pigment-based inks. But it really doesn't matter what brand you choose as long as the type of the ink is the same. So then I can come back here and I can do this again. I can ink, 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 because what if you're on a budget? Do I want to use soft vanilla? Should we try with soft vanilla first? Because it's really light. What if you're on a budget and all you have are inks and some stamps and that's about it? How are you going to go in there and color it? Couture Creations made these alcohol ink markers, except for they're empty. Completely empty. There's no ink in this whatsoever. I thought when I brought them in, this is a good way to make a marker out of any ink pad that does not currently come with a marker. Hero Arts does not do markers. Lawn Fawn does not do markers. Tim, yes, he does markers. Oodles of markers. But maybe you have lots of different inks that don't have markers to go with. Here's your opportunity. These are like, I don't know, a $1.50, $1.25, $1.50 maybe, I can't remember. I put the little colored hairband around it to tell me what color it is. And then I can go in, because I've got this great little piece, I can go in and pick that ink right up off. And then I can come in and I can color. Using, it is a very light, that's a very light soft vanilla. Using the ink from my ink pad. I can absolutely go directly from my, I can do that too. Whichever way makes your heart happy. I just like the fact that now I don't have to worry about, do I have a matching marker, which is a wonderful thing as an oops pin. If you make a mistake and you just need to go in and fix a little bit as opposed to restamping and recoloring, having the marker is super handy. And do I have one of these for every color? No, I do it by color family. And I can just go in there and add some of my color. And I'm just trying to get kind of a base down of some yellow, super light yellow. So then I can go in and build my color. So I just put a little bit of a base down. And now depending upon what I want to do I want soft apricot? That's kind of an orangey. Did I do an orangey? I did not do an orangey. Let's do an orangey and let's see what I think about that. So I grab my little hairband, put around. It's got a bullet tip that you can use, or the brush tip. Put some of my soft apricot down. And now I can go in and maybe add a little bit of that color. And just color away. Kind of blend it into the yellow. And add some detail and some shadow and some shading in here, just so my flower doesn't look flat. And look at how much ink I still, I mean, that was just one little splotch of the ink pad. because this is a non-porous material, it's a super thick plastic, the ink doesn't dry. It has nowhere to absorb into because this is a dye-based ink. If I went on this with a StazOn or a Stays in Place, well, that's meant for non-porous and it would dry on here absolutely. And I can just come in here and make my own palettes and color. And I can come back with my soft vanilla, which was right here. Pick some of that up, come back in, and add a little bit more of it where I want it. Kind of blend it in with that soft apricot. And I've made a marker out of my Hero Arts cubes. Pretty easy peasy, because maybe that's what you have. Maybe you have some inks, but you have no way of getting the ink onto the image. Well, for under $2, I want to say $1.50. I just have to be sure. This is a way, and that's a whole lot cheaper than buying markers. This way you get to match exactly what you have. Exactly what you have. Let's do another one. How about we do pink? Okay, so I've got some pink down. Maybe I do this one. Pick up my pink. And then maybe I come back with a little bit of that orange. I always do the wrong side. There we go. Because I still have that soft apricot here. Hasn't dried. So I've got that one going on now. Maybe here I go even, did I bring even a softer? Nope, that's as soft as the pink as I go. Little pink up here. Little pink up here. And then maybe a little tiny bit of red. Need to add a little more pink. So a little pink right here. Of course, I just did that backwards, but that's okay. Every flower is different. Okay, so I added a little pink to this one up here. Now I'll come back in with a little bit of red. See, and I'm going to even wipe some of it off because I want it to be a light, light red. Oh, that looks good. A little bit of red, and you're creating your own dye-based markers. And I can just keep going. I could do some of my leaves. Let's do some green. And see, this is all still wet. Why I keep rotating it so I don't put my fingers in it. Do some green. Come in and add a little bit of green to my leaves. So crafting on a budget, absolutely. There are tools out there to help you get more from what you already own. And these empty markers from Couture Creations are definitely one of them. Were they meant to go with alcohol ink? Sure, you could make your own blends. You could fill them with somebody else's alcohol ink. Absolutely. But they also let you take product you already own and add new life to it. So for 20 bucks, you can pick up 2 stamp and die sets and 10 markers and start playing, taking all of those inks that you now have and giving them a brand new life, brand new way of using them. Trying to see if I have more leaves. I think that's good. So now I've added a little bit of green to it, and I'm going to change that green just a little bit. I'm going to darken it up just a little bit. Oh, that's very dark. Okay, so I'm still using the same green. I'm going to pull this out and kind of really lighten that up because I don't want it to be too dark, but I do want to add a little bit of shadow to this. And right now it's just an empty marker. And instead of filling it with something, I'm using it like a paintbrush. Only you can't really paint with these inks unless you get them wet. So really wet, like spray them with water so you're able to pick them up with a paintbrush. This lets you use the ink in its full intensity without having to have a separate marker for it. And again, I use 1 marker per color family. And I just keep going. It really is that simple to do. That soft pool. I feel bad about you not using all that ink, but I only have... Okay, where's my light blue? Anybody see what I did with my light blue? Maybe I don't have a light blue yet. I bet I don't even have a light blue yet. I do now. But maybe I pull it up from the cornflower. Add my water. And cornflower. Hello, cornflower. So I want it kind of darker at the bottom. A little lighter at the top. That looks good. And I'm just using the same color. And I just kind of ombre it. And there's no dye here. I used that masking film. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. Just take that masking film, lay it where you want it. Make sure it's down pretty good. Grab your inks. Oh, I still have some here. Might as well use what's on here, right? Grab some inks. Finish up what's on here. Make sure I'm going in the right direction. Okay, so that's yellow. And I have some pink left on here. I'll just use up the pink. Pull it all off my blending mat. And then I have some red on here. Pull all that red up off my blending mat. Might as well use it. All right. And then I can pull my mask off. Save it for next time. Put it back on the side of the liner that's shiny. And I'm going to clean this off. I know I didn't use all that green, but I'm going to clean it off and then stamp in the void. A little bit of hand sanitizer or alcohol. I had fun with this thing on Saturday. I made backgrounds like crazy with it. You want to learn how to make an easy peasy background? Watch the Saturday with Stacy YouTube number 499. So much fun. I had a moment there where I pulled one up and I almost lost my mind. I loved it so much. Yeah, I wish I had thought of that. Kudos to Creative Expressions. And then stamp in the void. And then go in and color any way that makes your heart happy. You have options. Yay! So today's Make It Monday was really about Simply Botanical and bringing those forward because I'm not sure that we're going to have a warehouse sale. I don't know when we will. we're just that short staffed. So I thought when we don't have a standard Make It Monday for you, maybe we will bring out some of the product that we are holding for the warehouse sale and give you an opportunity to get it then. It will be so much easier for us to fill the orders that way than one big warehouse sale. And I'm not saying that there won't be a warehouse sale. I'm just saying it's a lot. And we need the staff to be able to be able to offer that. So I've got Simply Botanical on sale. They usually are $14.99. They're on sale for $4.99. There's more than this. There's so many, and you don't have to buy any bundle. You can just buy one. We'll go ahead and add this to Make It Monday as well. It's also on the YouTube Yummies, so we'll put it into Make It Monday, and it's at the price that I think it's 20% off, so I think that makes it like $4.40. We'll add masking film into the Make It Monday. And I think we'll add the blank alcohol ink markers. The blank markers is what they are. So that'll be everything that's part of today's warehouse type Make It Monday. And for samples, let me show you. So you and I started this one, and we almost finished this one. But then I have here. Isn't that just darling? And then look at For Christmas. And just a super happy card. Needs a sentiment. We'll add a sentiment. Honorary SMS girl Katie did these. She's like, I didn't have time for sentiments. I'm like, no worries, we gotcha. We'll add a sentiment. Look at how beautiful is this. This is a Simply Botanical. These are all Simply Botanical. You get the dies, you get the stamps, there's sentiments. They're easy to use, they're quick. And you make them what you want them to be. All right, guys, so this is where I typically say, ready, set, but I'm going to chit chat for just a minute because it takes me a moment to go. We are not big. I don't have like this automated thing where I can turn a cell on. I literally have to click. There's an eyeball. And if the eyeball on our website, on our back end, you can't see it. But if the eyeball's red, that means you can't see it. And when I click it, the eyeball turns gray and that means you can see it. I have to click, 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 click. And you may have to refresh once or twice because there's quite a few Simply Botanicals available. Some of them we only have 2. Some of them we have 20, some of them we have 50. It really just depends upon the style. So your order is not confirmed until you check out. It is not. So until you literally submit your order, if somebody else has that same set in their cart, the both of you have it at the same time, but they check out before you, and their order, and it's the last one available, it will be allocated to them. We took a physical count. I'm hoping our count is as right as it can be. If for some reason we made a mistake, we'll apologize in advance, just like we do on the warehouse sale. But by gosh, what a great way. I think this is a good go-between, I didn't not want to have a warehouse sale this year, but I'm still not sure how we'll make it happen. But if I can do the manufacturers like this every now and then on a Make It Monday, then it's like a mini warehouse sale. So this is our Make It Monday warehouse sale featuring Simply Botanical. Go. The sale is on. I hope you enjoy. I hope you take advantage of the values and that you see why that masking film is so amazing, and you see how to take a simple empty marker, just an empty marker, and use it with product, with ink pads that you have to breathe new life into them. And the the inking sheet, well, let me tell you, it's super thick plastic. So I really, really like it. You may have something already that might work, but if not, it's inexpensive, and I don't think I will ever not have it with me on my crafty table. I just think it's going to become a staple for me. So it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, saying thanks for joining me during our live chat. If you don't see the live chat going on over here, then you missed the premiere. The sale has started, and go take a look at scrapbookingmadesimple.com, Make It Monday category to see what's left. And gosh, if it's 2024, May 1st, 2024, it ain't there anymore. All right, you guys, I will see you Thursday for our spectacular Sizzix savings event on Thursday. So until then, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, saying thanks so much for being with me. It was a fun day today. Until later, bye everybody.